Hi and welcome back to episode 46 of the weekly update. Let's not waste any time and get straight into it. So how has my past week been? Well, my past week has been very good, I would say. It has nothing really extraordinary has happened, but I have sort of decided to switch my mindset. This is something that I've talked about before and am now doing, because I feel like people who in general talk negatively or say that they have a lot of problems, like imagine one person for yourself, like they say that they constantly have problem and they talk about how nothing works for them. Those kinds of people tend to often have a lot of problems, or the problems tend to stick around with them. And why that is, there are of course many reasons, but one of them is because like people who speak about their problems and people who in general just say that they have problems, they get into this mindset that they are a person who has a lot of problems, and it's very subconscious. But I have noticed myself, like my whole view of how everything is going is that it's constantly going bad, like I'm underperforming in everything. So then that's how I talk to myself, or that's how I view everything of myself, like yeah, you did good but could have done more, or you didn't win, you didn't succeed 100%, you put in effort but you didn't win. So that's why, as I'm sure if you have watched any of my other videos, you have probably heard that I'm talking to myself in this way, that yeah, this past week hasn't been the best, I haven't accomplished what I was going to say. And if you constantly talk to yourself that way, that sort of becomes your identity and the person who you are. So it becomes way more natural to you to not actually win, instead, compared to if you were to speak to yourself in a positive way, in a way that you say that yeah, this week has been fucking amazing, I have accomplished so much, I have improved so much, I have had super much fun, I have been focused, all of this, I have done meaningful things. That is, at least for me, what a good week is. And if you say to yourself this, even though it might not be 100% true, even though you might not believe it, that starts to change you. That, because if you say it and you believe it, like, then it is that way. And then your actions start to resemble that. And if your actions resemble that, then it is that way. And then you had a fucking amazing week. So yeah, that is just something that I've been talking about a bit, and now I'm doing, and hopefully I do it a lot. Just switching that mindset that yeah, it's not that I didn't have a good week. It's you had a fucking amazing week, and this next week will be even better. Like, that's just how it is. The second thing which I want to talk about is some new input which I have gotten, or some new ideas, something which I have learned actually today. And it's about a new structure of how you use your time and how you put your workday, or how you structure it all out. So I got this I actually don't remember who, but I got this from a guy, and he said that your day should have 3 parts. First, one part where you fill your mind with stuff. You learn, you educate yourself. That can be through whatever, but you fill your mind with information. The next part of your day should be that you empty your mind of information. This should preferably be before bed or at night, because then you have had all of your day to fill your mind, and now you can empty it and actually write everything down which you found useful, found interesting, and the things that you actually want to take with you to the next day to work on then, and actually to use the information, not just input. You actually have to output something and structure it out. And the third and final part was producing, or deep work, or actually using all of that information which you have gathered and all of those notes and reflections that you have done, actually taking that and doing something with it. Because if you just learn stuff and if you just write everything down and you just reflect on it, but you don't put anything to action, well, then it's all pointless. The third thing which I have realized is that my content is really bad, or I'm not good at it. So I wrote down a list of all of the things which I can improve at, or things to sort of check off before or to read to myself, so I'm aware of them and thinking about them before I create content. And the first part is actually how I look. This may sound very, what is it called in English? Ytligt. This may sound very, very surface level. I feel like it actually has quite a big impact on at least how I feel about a video. And I'm not sure if it's right or wrong, but it's one of the goals which I'm striving for, like to over time improve how I look. That is not something which I am ashamed to admit. I really don't see why you would. So yeah, that is something which I feel like, at least to myself, I need to like check off before I record a video, and it's not always like it is like that, and it's not something which I want to hinder me from creating a video. I know that a lot of people have low self-esteem, or like care way more about how they look, so it would hinder them from posting a video. That is not really like me. I have posted some videos where I don't really feel like I'm looking my best at all. I've done that a lot of times, and I also believe that that is good, like to train that muscle of yours to not really give a fuck about what other people's opinion of yourself. And probably why I got reminded of this was because I actually received a comment today on a video about how I had bad skin, and I also think that he meant like, or he also said like how bad the camera angle were. Yeah, it was an under angle, so you could see like a bit of a double chin maybe. I had a lot of reactions when I received that comment. Like, yeah, it was a lot of things going through my head. I have very mixed feelings about it. Like, one very natural reaction that came to me was like, fuck you. That was one natural reaction, but also like oh, don't take it personal. And also like, yeah, people are going to have opinions about you, so it's inevitable that things like this will come up. And I also had positive reactions to it, like this is like a milestone, that to get sort of a comment like this, it means that I have like reached a new level, or I have been exposed to enough people that like at some point you're going to receive negative comments. So that is just undeniable. And I have received that in the past also, but not like on how I look. So that was a fun experience, and yeah, in general I think I took it quite well, and have very positive feelings about it. I didn't take it to heart. I maybe took it to heart for like 15 seconds and then it went away, which I think is very good, but that's also one thing that I talk about it here, so it definitely has some sort of impact. I know how I in the past have thought of how it would be to receive sort of hateful comments, or like non-nice comments, I should maybe say, and how I always thought that I would not react to them at all. Like I would be very over that, so to say, or not really care about it. And I think that I'm talking about it here shows that it definitely has some sort of impact, like the comments that, the things that you say to people, even though it's over a screen, you might think that this doesn't mean anything. You might even think that this person isn't real because you're so disconnected to them when you're seeing them on a screen. Like you can just keep on scrolling and endless new people will appear. Remember that there is always another person on the other side of that screen. Unless if it's of course AI generated, then you can write however many hateful comments you want. Just kidding. That said, go and write whatever you want in these comments, I don't care. Now this video is getting long once again. I have really struggled with keeping this video short. It's weird, like when I first started making videos or speaking in front of the camera in general, I really struggled with getting over like 2 minutes or like even 1 minute. My videos in the very first beginning was like me explaining the concept of what I was doing. Like a video could look something like this, like, hey, this is the 30-day video recording challenge, and this is episode number 26, I believe. I don't really remember. And yeah, what do I want to talk about? Like, I would struggle so hard to get over 2 minutes, and now it's completely the opposite. Oh no, I didn't really end the better what I could improve with my content. I got stuck there, I see. Okay, really quickly going through them. Lighting is one thing. It's also a thing that you shouldn't care at all about really in the beginning, but now because I live in Sweden, and by this time of the year it's like, I can show you, it's like this dark. I'm not sure if you can see, but pitch black outside for 16 hours a day or something crazy like that. So then I must record videos when it's dark, and then lighting has some sort of role. I would like to be able to record more videos when it's light outside, but yeah, I haven't really been able or haven't done it. This one is huge. It's tone and loudness and just general tonality in my voice. How I speak is like one of the #1 factors, which is going to determine if I can stop a scroll or if I'm going to keep the audience attention. And I find it that my voice in general, when I look back at videos of myself, is that first of all, I look like I'm quite sad. I feel like I look like I'm not really enjoying it. And secondly, I feel like I'm not speaking in this like energetic and this tone that I'm enjoying it, which gives the wrong signal, I feel like. And why this is, I'm not quite sure. Maybe yes, in general, I'm not the person who reacts with the big emotions. I would not describe myself. I'm quite stoic. So I feel like I need to train a bit to be a bit more not extreme, but a bit more reactive and like outgoing and loud maybe. Or maybe I should niche my content down and keep it down to that tonality. And then of course the last thing is better ideas. I need or not maybe like better ideas, but better execution of the ideas. Every time I go and sit down and make some content, it feels like it's the same thing. I use the same sort of language, I edit in the same sort of way, and it's very simple videos. I just sit with my phone and record a video, and then that's it. Then I edit it, remove all of the pauses, and then I add some text to it. Like, there is no story behind it, there is no really high effort within most of my videos. And I feel like in order to grow our audience, I just have to create better videos. It's really that simple. Better videos lead to better results. And I think that we will end it there. Videos getting too long, and I feel like I've said mostly what I wanted to say. But until next time, take care, and as always, accomplish great things. And I see you. Take care. Peace.